we have updates. The update is, firstly, the X is back online. Step 1. Step 2, my brain is fizzled and I'm really, really struggling, to be honest. It's really tough to eat more. So we're going to discuss that. The X is online, however, she's only posting old videos because I can tell by the appearance. So we still have no idea if she's resurfaced or not, but we know she has gone back to the gym, but we know that she's also, because she posts somewhere else that her gym results, etc., to her coach, and then her coach reposts it. And there, the coach basically says, I sound like a stalker. Because I am. I'm stalking her. Get over it. It was a 2-year relationship. Literally 6 weeks ago, she was like, I'm in love with you. It's gonna be fine. And now she's not. But anyway, she was cooked then, cooked now. Regardless, she's basically in cycles of, she was fasting before the festival. So fasted before the festival to try and drop a lot of weight. Then to look better, then went to the festival, did a bunch of narcotics. And then apparently for the last week, she's been eating heavily. And now not posting photos and everything is not recent, but that's where, she is. So that's a step. And I'm struggling with food. I am struggling to eat more. So I'm struggling to make a decision right now. So the carbohydrates in the evening are doing me well. They're legitimately doing well. My stress response is lower. I am calmer as an overall. The discipline doesn't have to be held long. However, I'm feeling the impatience. I'm feeling the impatience. And I know my phone says surrender, action, patience. So I should listen to my phone, which is just surrender, action, patience. But on social media, on short form, the better I feel about myself, the more my natural energy is there. And the more my natural energy is there, the better I perform. And the leaner I look, the more scroll stop you get. So it's like, and then I'm like frantic. I'm like, what if I've cooked my metabolism by going so hard beforehand that really now eating this little bit of carbs in the evening is causing really, really slow weight loss. And then if it's really slow fat loss, if I just cooked it completely, and maybe I shouldn't do that, or maybe I should just run it. So I'm really, really struggling here. So in the one experience, I'm feeling like, okay, this is fine, I can do this. And on the other side of the experience, I am worried that it's now just going to take months and months and months. And I know it's silly. I'm only eating an extra 600 calories of carbohydrates. I'm still doing the same exercise. My output is higher, but I'm like, oh, but you're sleeping more. And if you're sleeping, you're not using calories. So if you're sleeping, but my brain function is a little better, but it's different to complete keto brain function as well. Complete keto brain function has a bit of like, it has finesse around it. So I am in an unknown spot. I know what will get it done, but I'm worried that I will cause myself disservice and that I need to learn, Andrew, needs to learn how to be more patient, full stop, how to be more patient. So have a high output for when I have the higher output, be more patient. I guess that's what I need to do. Do I want to do that? No, absolutely not. I don't want to do that at all. Frankly, I don't want to do that at all. So that is my, my gut reaction, my gut feeling is like, no, I don't want to do that, not even a little bit. My gut reaction is, say, press the pedal, floor it, because I know what will make me happier quicker. That's my gut feeling. And my gut feeling is, what do I do with that? What do I do with that? And I feel like body dysmorphia is starting to creep in, because I'm used to a non-carbohydrate look, which is more dehydrated. And now I've got a little bit of carbs in me, so I am storing more water, so it's less dehydrated. So I'm like between, I don't know what I look like, but I can feel it, and I'm just uncertain. I'm, as an overall, just uncertain. Is there something else that I can do? Maybe I can. Is there a middle ground? What if every second day I have the carbohydrates? So I run it, every second day I have the carbohydrates. Run it, every second day I have the carbs. Every second day, so at least I've got like a 48-hour window of no carbohydrates in me. So 48 hours, boom. 48 hours, boom. Like, does that work? But I know the other way works as well. And the other problem is, with a little bit of carbohydrates, what worsens the body dysmorphia. So when you take out all carbohydrates, this is technical, but stay with me, because it'll kind of give you an idea of how your body works, how your body doesn't work with carbohydrates. So carbohydrates get stored in your muscle. And then they also pull water. So every gram of carbohydrates pulls 3 grams of water, which makes your muscle feel and look fuller. That was my oven, if you heard a beep beep. Makes your muscles feel fuller. Great, okay? Now, when you take out all carbohydrates, your muscles deflate and you look really like flat. You just look flat. But then what happens is your body over time, after a couple of weeks, learns to produce what's called glycogen from the protein and from your fat, glycogen, and put it back into the muscles ready to use. So your muscle can look a bit fuller later. However, with the minimal carbohydrates, I just look flat. For example, I was literally a week ago eating soft serves. I still could see veins, like a vein in my chest. Now, I can't see a vein in my chest. But I've lost weight, I've lost fat. But I can't see the vein in my chest. But I know if I ate a bunch of carbohydrates, I'd see the vein in my chest again. But right now, I can't see the vein in my chest. So it's like the body dysmorphia is heavy. Also, it looks like the fat wasn't put much back on the legs, but it was put on more around the midsection, around my back, around my tops. It's just so difficult to... It's so difficult to tell exactly what's going on. The right thing, if we're going the right thing is just to continue doing this. I have enough brain function to run my business, which is good. I'm getting a good sleep. I'm not getting up to pee at night 100 times, which is huge. Because just with that little bit of carbohydrates, my body is like calming down, and it's not having to wake up to go to the bathroom 100 times. So the only thing I'm left with is my brain is like, what if it doesn't happen? And I know logically that does not make sense. So, gut feeling, what does gut feeling say? Gut feeling says, Stay the course, Andrew. Gut feeling says stay the course. Do I want to? Whoa, no. Whoa, no. Do I have to? Whoa, yes. Like, whoa, I have to. Like, I really have to stay the course. Like, as much as that kills me, as much as that... Okay, what's worst case? I'm going to work this out live. Worst case, let's say I crash my metabolism. Let's say because of that, I make sure I've got my 2 hours cardio mandatory movement, and maybe I start going to yoga, maybe I do other bits and I've got energy, etc. Cool. I'm also fasting, right? So worst case, I've got another 5 weeks. Worst case is, firstly, it's going to take me another 3 weeks to start feeling better about myself. 3 weeks to start feeling better about myself, meaning social media will perform a bit less. Okay, so if social media performs a bit less, how do I position that for the moment? Well, what I can do is I can learn more, not based on my appearance. Shit. Hello? Uh-oh. Parcel. Hello? Yes, I'm going to open the door and just leave it inside on the bench. Yes, okay, we're coming down. All right, no worries. All right, looks like you're coming for a walk with me. All right, let's go. So, we got social media. I'm going to have no shoes on as well, so here we go. Oh, hang on. I'm going to need a 6-digit code, so just give me a second. 858-236. Remember that. Okay. Sorry, we're back with you. 858-236. So, 858-236. So, the problem is, social media, I'm trying to remember the number. The problem is with this social media, what I can learn is I can learn how to, without my appearance, get really good at speaking and hooking the viewer in terms of my speaking and my energy, even though my energy and my visual might not be perfect. Okay? Simple. So, give me a second. We're going into the lifts. That's the lifts, by the way. It's a warehouse building, which is quite cool. All right. Hello. So, anyway, we're going 858-236, that's the code. Remember that, 858-236. 858-236, 858-236, 858-236, remember that, let's go. All right, 858-236. Okay. $858-236. Hey, brother.
Hello.
858-236.
858-236.
236.
Thank you.
Thanks, brother. All right. Okay. We're back. Okay. All right. So, if social media is a problem, so we've got, worst case, for 3 weeks I don't feel great, but during that time I still have the mental capacity, and I have the mental capacity to actually work out like what actually hooks the viewer potentially. I do have this other thing called, like, my goal post is like, how do I hook the viewer without a fantastic visual, but just with my voice. So if I can do that, then that's great. And then if we can then, by the time I feel better, I've got an even better visual, well then my results only just go even higher. So that's worst case, or I could just get rid of that and start being, start just considering myself a good visual now and attractive now, because for some people it's already a good visual. However, social media has a really high standard of, people putting their best sides and stuff and faking shit and blah, 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 which I can't be fucked with. All right. So that's that. So that's worst case. So worst case, that's worst case in terms of social media. Is that bad? It's not horrible. I wouldn't say it's horrible. I wouldn't say it's horrible. I would say it's not bad. It allows me to work on my business. It allows me to work on my staff. It allows me to keep creating content, which is good. And it allows me to really get more. So the win is, okay, so that's that, right? And let's say I've crashed the metabolism. So if I've crashed the metabolism, let's say that it takes an extra 2 weeks from there. So instead of 5, it's going to take another 7, which I just don't understand. Like, it doesn't make sense for it to take another 7, but let's say, but surely not. But, you know, but let's say, but I just don't think so. I just don't think so. It's still going to only take 5 weeks. If I do the 2 hours cardio, if I'm fasting and I'm eating 1,500 calories, surely not. I'm like 85, 86 kilos, etc. Like, surely not. And I don't really want to weigh myself, because if I weigh myself, then I get into this, like, you're always checking the weight, and I wanted to just eliminate that and just like continue on just based on a visual, like nothing to do with anything else, just based on a visual. My only problem is if I get lean without carbohydrates, I might get used to the dehydrated look, and I could get a bit crazy in my head when have got more carbs in me, because I'll be like, what is this? So I could get more upset with that, which is also not fantastic. So in the scheme of things, it's better to have carbohydrates in there. But the other thing is I could just run this with no carbohydrates all the way. But the problem is let's say it takes another 5 weeks to run it all the way. My mental stability by the end of it is going to be pretty not okay. So the other option I had is, what if I just do 2-3 weeks where I just do 2 weeks. So let's say I'm not ideally perfectly happy with where it is. So what I do is I just do this for 2 weeks. Just go for it for 2 weeks. Or go for it for 3 weeks. It'll peel off like 3% body fat probably per week-ish. So 9%. That's pretty good. Like, I know what that result looks like and I know what it's like, but my sleep's all over. Everything's like, I'll be in like this like haze. Or do I just go, you know what? Do another week with carbohydrates in the evening, but do it full throttle. Like with the 2 hours cardio in the morning, like, because I've been sick, I've been all over the shop, like, suck it up for 1 more week. If that week doesn't produce incredible results for you, you've already set up work in a pretty good way that you won't need much to operate with your staff, etc. So set them up more powerfully for the next 3 weeks after that, let's say. Or the next 4 weeks, and just go for it. That's option number 508. It's this constant mental gymnastics of, oh, should I do this? Should I do that? I wanted to show you kind of what it feels like in my head, real talk. Like, I can see that it's an issue to just not stay the course. It's an issue not to just stay the course. Just stay the course. Just stay the course. Like, that is all. Do not listen to your feelings. Do not listen to your emotions. Do not listen to anything else. Just stay the course. Surrender. Action. Patience. I think I have to do that. I have to surrender, action, and patience. I have to do that. I have to learn it. I have to learn it. I have to. Like, there's no other way around it. I have to learn it. It's not fantastic. Oh, it's okay. But I could do surrender, action, patience, no carbohydrates, you know? But then I lose the sleep. Bad. No. Stress response goes through the roof, just cortisol way high, not great for muscles, just no. No, we're gonna keep it good. No, Andrew's just gonna be good. Andrew is going to stop deciding on this. He's not allowed to decide on this anymore. It's what he's doing, it's what he's doing, it's what he's doing, and that's it. That's final. It's what he's doing. That's it. It's what he's doing. I can't do anything else. This is what I have to do. And that's fine. This is a new... I don't want it to be fine. I really don't want it to be fine. I really don't want it to be fine. But then I'm... No, it's what needs to be done. But I'm not even sure if I'm a carbohydrate person. Because if I eat more calories when I don't have carbohydrates in me, I'm better anyway. Wow. It seems so trivial. Just eat less, move more, and just do that. But something about it is also not trivial. Like, I feel muscular. I don't know. I don't know. I do not know. And that's okay. No, we have to do it with the sleeping. No, it's bad for your health. It's bad for your health to be having shoddy sleeps for weeks on end. Full stop. End of story. That's it. I don't care what it is. That is the case. I don't want it to be the case. Wow. So that's what's going on for me today. And it's funny because me and my ex both had problems with food, if that makes sense. Like, she would overeat as well, and then do drastic things. I don't think I overate as much as her. I've had way more control over it. It would be really gradual, where she would go up and then crash, up and crash, up and crash, and it's still happening for her. And it's funny, when we were in a relationship, which is actually weird, we were trying to get the rig done together, because we were like, listen, if we can't have good habits together, then this is a bad relationship. We need to go separate ways, and we need to get this body done, the rig's done, because I know that it's a big thing for me, and it's a big thing for her, because we weren't able to fully love ourselves and embody like who we are spiritually and blah blah blah. So it's funny because we are both separate now and both still not complete on our rigs. And I have to do something different if I continue doing the same thing. Well, I have changed one thing. We're never going to process foods again. And that's where this little tick box is, which is kind of cool. It's like, well, I'm not going to process foods again. So if I'm not going to process foods again, why don't I just go for it? Worst case is I'll be like, it's too much. And then I'll have a packet of rice. You know what I mean? Like, why don't I just play it like that? Like, just go for it, go for it, go for it. When it gets a bit too much, you have a packet of rice. Probably not the best, because the body hasn't adjusted and it'll freak out. Like, my lifts were all better today. Like, they were. I had a higher strength. I had a higher output in general. As an overall, it was good. So just stay the course. Wow. Whoa. This is my brain. Because I know that needs to be complete. That's like section 1. But as that needs to be complete, I also need brain function for my business. Because if that's complete and we're cashless, I don't know. That is what I feel like inside. So, I'm sorry for this, but, the overall is body dysmorphia is real. And it's occurred because no carbohydrates most of the time, so had a specific look. Overate for a little bit for a month-ish. Gained fat in not every place. So my legs and things look different. Now I'm eating differently. We're only on the first week. Today's only day 7 of no processed foods. And not already impatient, if that makes sense. So just already impatient. And body doesn't know what it's doing. I look not bad to myself, but also not at the same time. And I've lost my tan as well. So when you're not tanned and muscular as well, it looks, if you've got fat on you, it looks worse, if that makes sense. Anyway, body dysmorphia is going crazy. So that's what I'm feeling today. Not what I'm feeling, that's what my brain is doing. And as I'm watching it do this thing, it's like all of this, just all of it, is completely useless. It's just completely useless. You're eating 1,500 calories. Cool. Just eat the 1,500 calories and just cruise. Eat 1,500, cruise. I liked how I looked yesterday. I've only lost weight since yesterday. Chill out, Andrew. Not hard. Chill out. Just keep going. Wow. But because it feels like, so for me, it feels like this is so not intense. It's like, but I got so much more higher output to be able to give. All right. Maybe don't be a manic, crazy spastic. Maybe. Or maybe do whatever. Don't know. I love you to bits. I hope you're having the best day. Thank you for being with me on today and on this journey. It's been a weird one. So thanks for that. And I will see you tomorrow and try and stalk my ex a little bit less. That would be nice, because stalking her isn't going to make her love me anymore or less. She doesn't give a shit. She's in her own problems, and I'm in my own problems, and she might not have problems, and I don't know. She's having babies with the new person. Who knows? I love you very much. Have the best day. Thank you for being here. If you've stayed here till the end of the journey, I hope that this has given you an insight into, like, if there's a downfall, the climb, it's all mental. Like a lot of life and a lot of your gaps are all what your brain does, instead of just going with what's correct heart-wise. So just flow, and we will persevere. At the end of the day, the rig's getting done. I'm not eating processed foods, so we're done. I eat clean foods only. So if I eat clean foods only, what's going to happen? Well, I'm going to look great at some point. So fantastic. So just keep cruising along. I love you very much. Have the best day. Peace.